Happy Halloween, everyone, and welcome to Art Nouveau. I am your host, MissLeilaniJoy, and this is my video art blog where I document my creative process and give you guys some tips and tricks and chocolate along the way. Welcome to my exciting Halloween extravaganza today. If you guys don't know what I'm supposed to be, then you're young. Oh, no, just kidding. Today I am rocking my Angelica Houston from The Witches tribute. And if you haven't guessed already, that's also what I'm going to be painting today. And I could not be more excited because the Grand High Witch is one of my all-time favorite villains, favorite muses of all time. And I can't believe it's taken me this long to get around to doing a painting of her. So it just so happens that the lovely Bad Apple Artist Collective, the theme this month for our monthly auction is Black Magic. So it's just like the perfect theme, and I really had no excuse not to do it. So let's go ahead and jump in, and I'll show you guys my painting process. If you haven't seen The Witches yet, though, you might want to go check that out first. I think it's streaming free on Amazon Prime right now. It's like the perfect Halloween movie. It's a movie for children. If you guys haven't seen it, it's probably the most terrifying movie for children that I've ever seen. I know that it's stuck in my memory personally for many, many years, and probably why I'm sort of strange. It's based on the book by Roald Dahl, who also famously wrote books like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, some of my favorite books and films from my childhood, so definitely need to see The Witches if you haven't already. So this is going to be a challenge for me to capture one of my favorite muses, my favorite movies, and pay tribute to that. And today, since it is Halloween, couldn't be more perfect. So let's get started. So as with any new piece I do, I start out with some research and development. And like I said, if you have not yet seen The Witches, well, spoilers ahead, fair warning. So I started off by watching one of my favorite movies, The Witches, and trying to pick out some iconic imagery and storytelling elements that I could incorporate into my painting. And one of the things I really wanted to incorporate was the Formula 86, which is the secret poison that they use to poison children. And then I also loved this idea of this like green smoke. And also in the poster, they sort of utilize a little bit of this poison green color. So I really want to implement that into my color scheme as well. And it just so happens that this red violet that's sort of a key color on the Grand High Witch is the complementary color to this yellow poison green. So it makes a really nice palette. Another thing I thought sort of at the end that would be a clever addition is to add some little mice. So I found these silhouettes to kind of emulate. And then I wanted to have sort of this implied mouse cage, like elaborate mouse, whatever you call this thing. So I'm going to incorporate some of these design shapes as well. So on this particular piece, I was on a bit of a time crunch, and I really wanted to keep design shapes very simple. So I didn't actually do a lot of sketching in this particular case, and I started with a quick portrait sketch, which I scanned into Photoshop. And then I just used Photoshop to sort of make shapes and lay them on top of each other and play with compositions. And I came up with this nice little value study, and I really liked this composition. And I don't know if you've spotted this yet, but on the moon, I decided to have a very subtle sort of moon shadow implying the real witch, what the Grand High Witch looks like without her disguise, right? So I don't know if you guys caught that, but I'm just going to have a little hint of that. I want it to really be sort of a last read, like you don't even notice it until you look at it for a while. I just thought that'd be cool. So then finally I worked up a little color comp here, which is going to be my color palette that I'm working with. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and start painting. So to get a nice even gradient in my background, I'm once again turning to my Montana acrylic spray paints, which I love. And I always do a little trial run first because these are tricky to get gradients right unless you've practiced a lot. So I do a little practice on a board before I do it on my final hardboard. And I'm also going to be utilizing some frisket and doing some masking, and I really want to get some nice clean silhouettes. So I'm using the tools provided by the amazing art store to get this done. Hope this piece comes together and hope you like it. Well, my Grand High Witch piece is almost finished now, and before I show you how she turned out, I just have a few quick announcements for you. As of this moment, my piece does not have an owner. Sadly, the winning bidder of my auction sent me a note and said that she isn't able to pay, which is very sad, and I'm sorry that something came up for them. But the good news is that this painting is still available, and I'm actually in the process of having her framed because I just think this piece deserves a really cool frame. And as soon as she's done, she will be available in my Etsy shop, or if you would like to claim her or set up a payment plan for this piece, contact me at sales@LeilaniJoy.com and we will make sure that the Grand High Witch has a forever home with you. So make sure you check with me on that. If you don't have the budget for an original, you're still in luck, as I'm releasing prints of this piece along with limited edition canvas prints in my Etsy shop right here. And as a little Halloween treat, I'm including a bonus Halloween prize pack with the first 10 11x17 prints sold. So make sure you get over to my shop and pick one of those up. And not only that, but I'm also still running my Halloween 20% off sale through the end of today, October 31st, 2016. So you can not only get this awesome prize pack that includes a mini print, a signed and doodled postcard, and a magnet, but you will also get 20% off your total purchase. So make sure you grab a print of the Grand High Witch, otherwise I shall turn you into a mouse. Okay guys, sorry for the bad acting. I'm an artist, not an actress, okay? Although, you know, I have surprisingly been told many times that I look like Angelica Houston in Witches, and hopefully they mean before she takes her face off. Seriously though, I think she's gorgeous, so I take it as a compliment, okay? Well guys, that's it for me on this episode. I hope you enjoyed this Halloween Witches edition of Art Nouveau, and I hope you all have a very safe and happy Halloween out there. Well, it looks like my dinner's just arrived, so I better get going. Hope to see you guys on another episode very soon.
Get you next time, old woman. Yeah.
Good job, Bowie. Three, two, one, go. Ah! Ay, that's not very good.
You'll never move your wings.
Okay, look up in the camera.
The child is no longer a child. Child is a mouse!